Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the GSMC Basketball Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. As always, I'm your host, Mayor Fatemi. Getting into our next segment here, we're going to talk a little bit about the Oklahoma City Thunder blowing out the Denver Nuggets. And honestly, I felt bad for the Denver Nuggets because they did not play particularly bad. We'll discuss a little bit about that, but the Thunder, plain and simple, could not miss. They could not miss throughout this game. They blew the lead all the way up to 40 points in the third quarter, having over 100 points midway through the third quarter. There's nothing you can do against that unless you have. No, I'm not going to say it. I was going to say unless you have the current Boston Celtics team, but even then, we know they can't even hold leads. So never mind, they can go up to 100 points in a game in third quarter. So this is the state of the NBA right now, and everything is up for a loop. And the only consistent thing that's really been going on is the Oklahoma City Thunder taking care of business time and time again. Even game one, it came down to a buzzer beater shot, a buzzer beater three from Aaron Gordon to put the Nuggets over the top. And yeah, the Thunder heard all the noise and came back and punched the Nuggets with the biggest haymaker they had early on that the Thunder couldn't come back from, or that the Nuggets couldn't come back from. So we'll recap everything about this game and talk a little bit about the broken records in this game. But before I move any further, I'd like to remind you guys to please like and follow the show for more GSMC Sports Network content. Also, we get a number of questions from viewers that come in during the show, so to ensure that your question gets read on air, I ask that you use the tips and donations link at gsmcpodcast.net. This puts your question at the top of the list so I see it, and it also really helps out the show. Again, the link is gsmcpodcast.net for all your questions and comments. And I've said it before, you guys are a big part of what we do here at the GSMC Sports Network. Let us know what we're doing well. Let us know if you have any questions in the comment section. And I love all of these comments, by the way, because it makes the show very much more interactive, makes it much less of me talking to myself. I love informing you guys and letting you guys know about the facts, but let's get my brain thinking. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Let us know what you wanted to hear more of, and we'll continue to build our shows around you guys and what you guys want to hear. Thank you guys as well for all the support as always. But getting right back into the NBA world, we had honestly what was a massive win for the Thunder, a much needed win for the Thunder through and through. And that's all that really can be said about this one. The Oklahoma City Thunder absolutely blowing out the Denver Nuggets in game two. And it was a game that the Denver Nuggets never really had a chance in. Plain and simple. 149 to 106 being the final score. And yeah, this game was over quick, fast, and in a hurry, if we're being honest. The Thunder finishing the first half with 87 points, an NBA playoff record for points and a half. They were on pace for literally 160 to 180 points. At that level, who is beating your team? Who? I'm all ears. I don't even think the 2017 Golden State Warriors could win that game last night with Kevin Durant and Steph Curry on the team. So, major props to the Thunder. Wow. Eight Oklahoma City Thunder players getting into double figures last night. One of them with a double-double and Chet Holmgren with 11 rebounds. Just an all-around crazy game. Crazy stat sheet from the Thunder. And yeah, this team could not miss. Plain and simple. Shooting 44% from three, 56% from the field. When you have almost over double the turnovers that the Thunder had, you're not going to win that game. The Thunder with 12 steals in this one. They were active on both sides of the ball, and they were everywhere. I turned this game off shortly after halftime, but yeah, this game was not close, unfortunately. The Jokić trying to do the best he could, willing his team back with 17 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Quieter stat line from Nikola Jokić, but he also did get in foul trouble early on, fouling out of the game in the third quarter. That's what happens. When you're down in a game, you get aggressive, you try and drive to the paint more often. And it was really the play of the Oklahoma City Thunder drawing offensive fouls, getting the Denver Nuggets into situations that didn't want to be in, and beyond. Shout out to Russell Westbrook. He was the leading scorer for this Denver Nuggets team, a guy that continues to play well in his alma mater, the place where he built his career in Oklahoma City. And the fan base, we saw it in game 1, giving him a standing ovation as he stepped onto the court, as he subbed into a game. Overall, it's nice to see that the local Oklahoma City fans rejoice him, remember him, and he's a legend in Oklahoma City. So absolutely, it's nice to see that they remember him the way that they do. But yeah, this is more about the Oklahoma City Thunder playing at a level that a lot of teams cannot compare at. There's a reason why this team is known as the favorites to win the Western Conference and win the NBA championship. But I think it was a little bit of a close race between the Thunder, the Celtics, and the Cavs to start these playoffs. With the Cavs falling down 2-0 against the Indiana Pacers, that's taken a hit. The Celtics falling down 2-0, that's taken a hit. The only team that's still hanging on, even though losing game 1, to play like this in a game 2 really solidifies you as the favorite to win the NBA championship, I'd say. Overall, I don't think the series is over one bit. I think the Nuggets still have an opportunity to win this series. Going back to Denver, if they can hold the Thunder off shooting wise, if they can play some better defense down the stretch, I think they'll be in a good spot. But that's a big if, of course. It really is. Because this Thunder team can play defense, they can score the ball. When you have a team like the Nuggets that's really top heavy with Nikola Jokić and Jamal Murray, outside of him, you need a guy like an Aaron Gordon to step up. You need a guy like Michael Porter Jr., who's really struggled in this series to step up. You need Christian Braun to have more than 3 points in a game 2. You need Russell Westbrook to continue to play at a high level in Denver if he can off the bench. This is what you need if the Nuggets want to even have an opportunity to make this a series once again. And I think they can, but I think this series goes at least 6 games. I think the Nuggets win at least one more game. But the Thunder are one of the best teams in the league. They're one of the most overpowered teams in the league. They're one of the best all-around teams. And this is a roster. Sam Presti, the GM of the executive for the Oklahoma City Thunder, not only has won the Executive of the Year award in 2025. It's well deserved. But he might be one of the best executives in NBA history because this is one of the best rosters, one of the most underrated rosters, all-around best rosters I've seen in a long time from an NBA team. If the Thunder can win the NBA championship this year, shutting down all the haters, calling them young, calling them that it's not their time yet, this and that, this, that, and the other. I said it too. I thought they were going to be young. I thought they were one piece away offensively. But the way this team comes together, offensively, is able to defend as a group defensively, plays with poise, keeps their foot on the gas for 48 minutes. The way they're able to play team basketball the way they do, and they still have the MVP in the league. But outside of him, they have a very young team. They have Chet Holmgren, they have Lou Dort, Alex Caruso's a vet, Isaiah Hartenstein is a younger player. You have Isaiah Joe. You have Jalen Williams. This is a very, very young team in Oklahoma City right now, and they're brewing something up to be great for the next 5 to 7 years, most likely. That is how good this team is going to be if they can keep their core together for the years to come. So major props to them, winning game 2 in decisive fashion, really, really shutting down all the criticism against them from the Grizzlies series to game 1 in general. Decisive win, they needed it, and this series shifts back to Denver now, tied at 1 game apiece as the next game 3 will be a pivotal game for who gains momentum as this series draws on. But I'm going to take one more short break. When we come back, we're going to take a look at Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. These next two segments are going to be a little bit interesting. This is something I haven't done yet, and I'm going to divide the preview for this game tonight. This game between the Golden State Warriors and Minnesota Timberwolves, it's pretty much the same as the Pacers and the Cavs. If the Timberwolves go down 2-0, I think the series is over. If the Warriors can win, if the Timberwolves can win and tie it at one game apiece going to Golden State, I don't like Golden State. This is a big game for Golden State. Without Steph Curry in this game being ruled out, and let's discuss. I'm going to take a short break, and when we come back, there's a lot to unpack with this one. You're watching the GSMC Basketball Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. Don't touch that dial.